Hello. Shall I start? I think because only two were joined.
Sir, start କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ।
Acha. Okay, definitely. Just 1 minute. Hello. Good afternoon, everybody. Hello. Can you hear me? Please respond. Hello. Your Subhasri, Sabita, or AK. You. I'm audible to you. Hello. Hello. Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, definitely. Please respond so that you just yes or no, so that I will think that you are inactive. Otherwise, I think that you are left because I do not see where you are doing or listening or not. This is virtual mode of communication. There is no alternative behind us or left us. There's only one one thing. Everything you will have to go by this way, and how long it will continue you cannot predict because now the third and Omicron also waves are coming. So we are in a dilemma position. For that reason, this is the only way to interact with you. That is between the sender and receivers. Whatever I will send and you will receive, and just reply me. So that I will think that you are inactive. So definitely we will go proceed. Some sound is coming. Some sound is coming. Please mute. Okay. Definitely you might have heard that you have already crossed the topics, the rise of modern West first one. I think you have covered. Now the second topic is your is rise of modern West two. That's in part two. In part two, today we will cover only 5 years. Not cover. That will be discussion. It is a mutual discussion between you and me, so that the idea will be exchange. You will gain something me, and I also gain something from you. This is between you and me communications. Okay, okay, okay. Then the rise of modern West. What is it? What is the rise of modern West? That means it is totally based on an European countries. The European countries, the the course is totally covered the European countries research. In this case, we have to see particularly the 7th, 16th century, then 7th century, and what was the condition of the Europe and how they are treated and how they will live and how we are doing that business, anything sort of political, economical, social, cultural, tradition, anything that was the our main order. In 7th century BC in Europe, there was a definitely crisis in different angles. You cannot predict one crisis and suppressed by another crisis. You heard that problem always comes. One problem is solved, then another problem takes place in that first one problem. But we have to face it and win over this is the problem. That is the one. In this course, rise of modern West, how the people of Europeans, that means the European countries, faced a lot of problems. Besides this facing the lots of problems, how they overcome and what is the new idea, new thinkers, and came out and new things come out. That's a general crisis. General crisis, the crisis for everyone and each one and everybody. Everybody should have that. That was the crisis. In crisis, whatever it may be economically, if economics effects, that definitely it will cover to the masses, not for individual. Then politically also, there politically also there is a crisis. Then also social transfer, social, religious, marriage, sect, tradition, beliefs. These are the crises also in emerge in that time. And the most important crisis was that was the geographical containers or demographic crisis. Lot of debates were going on this topic. Many historians, particularly Anglo historians, they have given many comments over this and many criticisms over this crisis. But though there are criticisms that are based on some region, without fact and data and reason, that statement would not be counted as a resource. Then the origin of the crisis. What is the origin? How the crisis has come out in that society, particularly Europe, where it confirms what is the crisis. That means first we will get analyze one by one. One by one means main by immediate crisis was that the demographic. Demographic that means population. Population raised. Denmark, Norway, Italy, gradually the rapid population raised. Definitely, if the population will be raised or will be more in one of country, what will happen? You are now in the two populist countries in Asia. That is China and another is India. We are facing how many the problems? Every sphere will policy. Service, unemployment, production, industry, anything you will take, any sector, any society, any section, you will find a problem due to that demographic crisis. Demographic, the population became more and the production became less. If the production is less, then certainly the population will depend on that agriculture products, industrial products, service, industry, economy, banking, any etc. All the depends upon that. For that reason, the demographic crisis was the one crisis, what is the immediate crisis and most important crisis for the European country in that time, in the 7th century BC, which was a challenge to face and how to overcome in this crisis. And another also, you can say that agrarian, agriculture, just agriculture. Agriculture, that means suppose will okay. Suppose we the less production will there and more population will there. Even if production will be same, but sorry, production will be same, then population will rise. The definitely then what will the cost of the product will be higher than inflation and deflation it will come. The agriculture demand will be less production. That means that you cannot feed all the populated people in a day. That will be the agrarian products, and most of the people will depend on the agriculture. And the agriculture also division. That is agriculture also will divide by among the brothers and ancestors. Then another crisis was there in monetary, the cash flow, inflation, deflation. There was a system was crisis in those days. Then monetization, there is no cash. Hardly scanty provision of that cash. Any country, you know that any country cannot produce more cash or more notes for the development of the country. That depends upon your natural resources, your products, your income, also. So there is some guidance are there. Do you not suppose to overcome this crisis? Suppose RBI will produce more profits, then it will be shut out. Yes or no? Please respond. Are you hear me? Can you hear me? Am I audible? Am I audible? No response. I think. Okay. Hello? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes,
Am,
sir.
sir. Please respond at least. Yes or no, so that I will think that you are an active. So you are listening. Otherwise, I feel that someone left for switch off or mute on or mute off. Also, please respond at least. Yeah. That is not problem. Problems that means monetary. You cannot produce that much money for to overcome this crisis. Suppose RBI will say that now today we will produce more cash to generate more or print out the more cash to suppress the economic crisis. That is not possible. That is certain guidelines in economic terms. You have to depend upon our natural resources, income, production, all sort of things are there. And another problem is there in the 7th century in Europe. That is tectonic. Tectonic is ecological. Ecological means unbalanced, unseasonal. Suppose nowadays we are going on. Winter season is going on. Even this time, this is the best time for harvest of the farmers. Suppose it would now we think that now it will be rain for 10 days. What would happen? All the crops which is in mood of our production, we have to just ripe it out. It will be lost. Then agriculture will be lost. Then the production will be lost. Then agricultural sector will go. Then tectonic crisis and ecological imbalance. The society was imbalanced. That unseasonal rainfall, drought. This was came into that time. For that, the European country faced a lot of problems in those days to overcome this crisis. That was the tectonics. And another cause was there. That was the economic causes. What is the economic? You know, economic is backbone of any organization. You cannot think of any single thought or a single idea without the economics. Suppose you are doing your anything construction plan or construction of the house or anything you are doing, the economic activity is involved with that. Without that, we cannot do any things. That means economic process parts. There everywhere the trade and commerce was very low. The business was very low. The economic of the country was very low. Inflation was going on. So that they faced a lot of problems for that because they do not have the empty banks. The natural resource also gone. For that reason, they have to overcome these are the crisis which was they faced in the during the 7th century BC of Europe. Another cause was that you can say the cause that is also a main point of noting down in the 7th century discussion in Europe or rise of modern West. That was the 30 years wars with Spain. I think it's 1618 to 48. 1618 to 48. Okay, war. The war with England with Spain. The war continued to this 30 years. 30 years. Imagine what will happen in a country if the country will continuously faced with that war in continuous that we have never seen in history. The Spain and England was in they're engaged in 30 years in wars. That was a great loss to the society, particularly European. That is this war does not cause only one effect. There is also some effect is there. Impact is there. There is either a positive impact and there is a negative impact. You must have, we have seen that we have faced many wars, just Kargil wars. You can take the First World War. Then after what happened? There is negative impact also there and positive impact. Yes. The First World War. First World War, the German sanction over the Germany that's led to the Second World, rise of the Hitler. Everything because the 30 years war with Spain was not a small thing. There's a big things for the European countries. And to suppress the Spain, England was the main cause. And England only due to the Indian wealth, they suppressed the Spain. Because 30 years war cannot sustain without the help of the Indians only. Indian wealth fueled to English voyagers or English British or Britishers to fight against the Spain with the 30 wars. Definitely the after end 1648 the Spain defeated or Spain was defeated in that time. Then decline of Spain. Spain was declined. Then what was the reason of the Spain decline? There is certain reason is there. Because long time you cannot do anything. There is some period is there. Suppose if you do not know what happens to the function of someone wants to join also. Oh, admit, I do not know whether I am admit or not. Okay. That means I am talking about the Spain, 30 years of the Spain. What was the main causes of the decline of Spain? I have told that you cannot sustain a long time for a long time period for the wars. That is also that coming into their mind is Spain and soldiers, the commanders, their lack of unity. That is one of the causes why the Spain fall in their 30 years wars. And the fall of Castile, the Castile one of the state more prominent and iconic state of the Spain, that was fall. That falls man is captured by British, and that that economies will be taken away from that place by the Britishers. For that reason, the one of the reason which the Spain was declined. Then social disorder, disbelief. No, always one group always suspect to another group. That beliefs are going on. For that reason, one of the causes Spain was declined. Then economic falls. Then ideology conflict. That these are the causes led to. The same causes led to the decline of Italy, and also impact to other countries. Then the trust beliefs, economic transactions. These are the causes which led to the Spain was fall or Spain was defeated in the 30 years wars after against the Britishers after a long period of fighting. That was the one of the causes. And the next unit I will say that was the colonialization and mercantile. The unit number one, second. What is the colonialization and mercantile? Colonization, one country has to go on another country and give their supremacy or administrative their political, social, all powers kept in their hands. That is the colonization. Even if economics. That's the only that is on those days. First colonization was that Spain and Dutch company, Dutch peoples, Netherlands, Holland. You may say that there are three names there. These the peoples are very anxious to go overseas and to capture another states and to occupy their states and administrative over their countries. That is the mercantile idea. Then I come to the mercantile. Mercantile trade and commerce, business, gold, silver, mercury. These are the business they want to create. They want to sell their products. It is cheapest and taken over their valuable products to their own country. And it gets the rise of the economies. Gold is always gold. You will never lost. And that is also the Dutch Republic. Dutch Republic is the most important state in those times. This is famous for trading their tobacco, wine. These are the Dutch republics. Dutch republics. They are selling. Their economy is very more prosperous due to that. Then colonial England also came for France and other countries to come forward to buy this. to expedition, to go to other countries and to expire, to have their own control. Under his control, all the states will be governed, and they also settle down their. And someone wants to join. How can Puspanjali go admit? Okay, sorry, I'm admitting it. I do not know. Someone is joining. Okay. Then England and France. Now, what is the nature of expansion? Why do why did the people they prefer to go other countries and to control over the administration? That the reason is simple. Only profit, interest, money making, looting, administration, all the that mercantile concept. Their interest of what is? Their interest is to go there and taken over they taken over their wealth first. Second is to propagate their religion. That means the Catholic religion. They want to the spread of the Catholic religion all over the country. Then second was spread of English education. They want to spread the English should be all over the international language should be every nook and corner should speak in English. That was the main motive behind that nature of expansion and migration, settlement, mercantile. They migrated there, settled there, and mercantile trade and business was started. Then plantation economic also. Yeah. What is the plantation economy? Tea, sugar, plantation started. That means they want to there revive or to overcome this crisis. So we have already discussed in chapter 1 how to get it over it. For that reason, they want to plantation started. There's coffee, tobacco, rubber. These are the plantation were started in those days. Slavery and then come to the slavery. What is the slavery? Slavery can say? Anybody else? Hello? Am I audible? Can you hear me? What is the slavery? So one has to serve under one for two generation. You are not free from, you are bonded labor. That means you will serve for long period of time. Right? Right? Then slave economies. That their economies is constructed, they do not have any economies. Some sound is coming. I think some please mute. I think Deepak, please mute your please mute. I think the sound is coming. Okay. Economics. Then economy started because if the slavery started, then what happens? Plantation, agriculture, production become more because they have no other options left with them. They only to work physical works and get the food, and there is no salary on other initiatives were there. Then came that in that 7th century in the banking system. Emerge of the banking system. What is the banking system? You are now using what is banking system? Credit, debit, loan. Here's the banking system where they're doing that. Then big loan, small loan, medium loan. These are all sort of categorical there. Then banking system introduced. First bank was Amsterdam Public Bank. Amsterdam Public Bank. That was started. But for purpose is to supply loan. And with that, also insurance company came forward to establish their insurance. First, international insurance company was called Lloyd, L-I-O-D, Lloyd Insurance Company. They insured. Suppose you want to sell or voyages to other country through sea route, until unless to return you safely on to that spot, you will be insured. Any damage or anything will happen, that will be caused by the insurance company. And they also take on high charges, high interest, and high risk coverage. For that, that time, in those days, 7th century, those time, the insurance also came in first. Then the stock exchange, I have told you in that means you might have read in that first Rise of a Modern West in the first topic. Stock exchange. What is the stock of joint stock exchange? Banking, insurance, Private bank, money lender, also was started in that time. Then more than another group was started. The mercantile capital. Who is the mercantile capital? The group, traders, business groups, and the capitalist. The group are particularly the mercantile people are the capitalist. They want to trade. Only the business is trade. They will take the cheap rate of the raw materials and make it production and will sell it at high cost. That was the main intention of that. These are the these are the topics we have already we need to discuss discuss. Then just 1 minute. Uh, these are two units can cover. Then third unit will come what happening? You are in the course of studies, religion, diversity, and dissent. What is religion? Can you say definition? Anybody else? Religion is opium of the masses. Opium. Are you audible? May I audible? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Please respond yes or no. Okay. Religion. Religion is what? Religion of the masses. Even if you know that if someone has taken the opium and it will take and spread over the whole the masses around him. Like this, religion is something. It is inner. You cannot change. It is confined by birth. In which clan and which society and it belongs to. That is your definition. That it's confined. It is recognized that you born in that way. Your religion is confined. Reformation and the reformation started because now people are thinking about that. What is the religion? And there are two groups were there because in Rome, Italy, Roman Catholic was the most popular and most orthodox church on those days. But the people now think of that now will Protestant because Pope of the church, whatever he will say that he will be respected and will become the law. And now people think that no, we will not respect or we will not obey or we will not give him the aspect of his religion because we will Protestant, we will protest. That is another group is there. They will protested. There are two groups in the Catholic Church and a Protestant group. That is Catholic, which is orthodoxically, that means classically, and which is the oldest church of the European society. But the Protestant, who wants to radical changes, wants name, we will change something. Radical changes. Whatever we are using, that will should be changed within different manner. Political thinkers, rank A, Socrates, they are given their various thoughts in this churches. Radically, then most of the countries are aspect of the Protestant as their main religion. The division of society was divided in two groups. Some group believe that Protestant and some are the Catholic. The radical reformation has changed. Then there are diversity in lots of begun and tolerance. These are the unity. Three, we have to discuss what are the religion and the most important also they are in unity four. Unit four, intellectual trends began. And intellectual trends began in those days. Intellectuals, can I say what is the meaning of the great man and big man? Who can say? Let's give a reason. Difference between big man and great man. Hello, hello. Am I audible? Can you hear me? Please respond, please. Big man means the person who bigs in wealth. The great man is difference is the person who is greatness for his intellectual ability, knowledge. That means the trend has come, the intellectual trend. There are many thinkers, philosophers came forward. Even the you one of them you might have heard that in French Revolution, intellectual cause is there. What is intellectual cause? Intellects came forward and gave their speech, and by the speech of people are motivated. This is the intellectual trends and how intellectuals came forward. Now, what is a speech and how to change the society, to guide the society. This is a intellectuals are the engine of the society. They whatever how they will lead to their country in a good way, in the right way, in such a manner so that there would be no problem in future. That is the value. Safety is disbelief. Then I have told you, Protestant group. They want to know, will not be believe whatever the Orthodox people are saying. No people. That should be experiment. Regime. Otherwise, you will not tolerate it. Now, you see that some of in issues, everything one needs to the then come the rationalism. Think of the rational. What is the rational? Rationalism is that based on rigid truth, experiment. How rationalism will see? We should everything thought should be based on rationalism. Plato, Socrates. These are the people who are based on the reasons. Then empiricism. Empiricism is most important and which was spread in those days because empiricism wants what? Everything should be. This is all things are the political thoughts. Thought paper. This is also. That means empiricism means that everything should be experimental. Hydrogen and oxygen will be, if you mix, that means hydrogen 2 and oxygen 1, that will be water. That should be experienced. Then if it will be experienced, then experimental basis, then it will be argument. Otherwise, all the things will be baseless. Nothing will be false. This way like. So that comes. Everything should be experiment in a laboratory or any proof documents. There are also political thinkers like Pierre Gassendi, 1592 to 1655, Francis Bacon, Thomas Hobbes, John Locke. These are the peoples. John Locke also the empiricism. They were most important, most advocates of the empiricism. The empiricism means based on the experiment. Everything should have experiment, valid reasons. Without the reasons, we cannot aspect of these things in the society. Right? These are the political thoughts and theories which have come in that times. Then, Unit 5 deals with art, culture, society. This is art. What is art? How artistic views. Then art, even if you play art, anything, rock art. Rock art, a art carved in stone that is known as a rock art. In a big stone, if you make by help of some hammer or anything, that will be carved. That is the rock art. Culture, society, condition in that time diversity is there. Then new society also come, the bourgeois society, bourgeois classes. Who were there? Now bourgeois. How do you hear that word bourgeois classes? That's a middleman. Social, that means general publics, bourgeois classes, who is the backbone of any country. anything. The bourgeois is the most important. If they want to down down to one government, then we can do. But that is most important. Their role is more important. Than those. The emerge of the bourgeois class is it consists lecturer, banker, servant, all society, all classes of the people in their society. These are bourgeois classes emerged. Then comes the visual art. You can see in the art, visuals, Renaissance, the famous, might have read in the translation how the Renaissance art was more artistic and more prominent and important in place of in European history. Visual art, architecture, sculpture, painting, music, painting. What even today you will see that whatever the big wars on it, great wars are done by only European people because they are only these that they are self-sufficient and financially sound, and they are free to think something new, creativity new. If you are free, then creativity will come to your mind, so that will do something new. Otherwise, unless only you free, you cannot do that. Then started the growth of literature, and the literature. Now you know that your computer now is literature. Could you say that computer is literature? The literature language is there. Odia, Sanskrit, Hindi, English. These are literature. And in this literature was common. There's writings, popular books, Rousseau, social contact, how to deal with the society. These are the books, many books and many thinkers, and they given their writings in their papers, columnist, journal. Then developed they began to read out the what was going on in the society. The growth of literature became more. Then social life and religious. What they are doing, the social lives, marriage, social life, leisure, merrymaking, game, fightings, new games, new things, new idea. These are the comes into the unity vibes. Then then another last one is the popular culture. What is the popular culture? How will we do with our cultures? One culture differs from another cultures within one society. Even if in Odisha or anything India, we see that the dress, food, culture different from another state. Even within the state, they're also different. Within region also different. You can find the difference and unity and diversity. You can say besides the diversity, there is a unity. We are all. These are the topics we have covered and the, the rise of modern West. Then another, I think, another 5 chapters there. I noticed that because one unity and one chapter will take one classes because it is scanty provision within their times and we will cover or guide you and how to write, how to present your paper, how to write in the examination. There's a question. Hope that's and I will be pleased if anybody ask the question in this course, whatever the problems behind it, and anything left in your mind, please ask. Anybody? Hello? Am I audible to everyone? I will be happy, I will be present if you put me question. Otherwise, I will put question you to you. Hello? Hello? You can also write in the chat box so that I could on my chat box. You can also speak in the chat box. So me Hindi. सर मैं हिंदी मीडियम Okay, not an issue. Give me a sec. Hello? Any problems? Okay, I'm giving some tips for your exam, sir. No, sir. Uh, Suppose you're writing any questions, don't write unnecessary things. Be positive in your specific question asking for you. Your target should be the objective oriented. That means what the question asks. Before starting writing, thoroughly read the question. What the question is asking me and how my limitation is there, my scope is there. Because unnecessarily it will lost your time and you will left also another question. Yes, within 3 hours or 4 hours you have to write all sort of things. These are the and be fixed point wise. Don't write the story type. The history is always the point wise. Though you may not mention each and everything, but specific. The point wise you have to analyze one by one, so that the uh, evaluator, those are evaluating your answer script, will get more impressed that he has tossed every section answer of that topic. Okay? These are the and another thing is before your schedule of the exams are you, you prepare yourself. That means practice such in your at form. So these questions will come hardly in your rough paper, so that it will be anything will be mistake, then it will be rectified in future. We can say, suppose you are writing in the rough papers, if we can say something mistakes we can, then it will be rectified in the future. Yeah, these are the tips I have given. Anything you could ask me? See? Hello? Hello, you can ask me question. I am here to help you. I think tomorrow, today is your class, and the day after tomorrow will be another classes. I think the same time, 4 to 5. Hmm. If if you do not have any question, then I will ask, who were the bourgeois? Any answer from your side? Please respond. Please respond. Hello? Hello? Are you here? Are you? Hello? Anything? Nothing else. No response from your side. So how could the class be enjoyable? This is a
Excuse me,
biology.
sir.
Hello?
Sir, good evening.
Yes, sir. This side, this side.
सर सर मेरी तो हिंदी मीडियम है तो मैं क्या करूं सर?
ओ हिंदी मीडियम में है, कोई बात
यस
नहीं, इसमें
सर.
नहीं। अच्छा, ये जितने आप क्लास में थे तो जितने भी पढ़ाए आपको समझ आया है, कुछ नहीं आया? यूरोपियन
सर
राइज ऑफ
एक्चुअली
नॉलेज।
सर एक्चुअली मैं ड्यूटी से अभी आया तो म्यूट में थी सर, बस पे थे तो कुछ सुनाई नहीं दे रहा था।
जी
सर
कौन
एक्चुअली
सा?
बस में थे तो कुछ सुनाई नहीं दे रहा था, एक्चुअली म्यूट में थी मैं।
मुझे थोड़ा आवाज कम कर दीजिए, क्या सुनाई नहीं देता था, क्या फिर से बोलिए।
सर मैं बस में थी इसलिए कुछ सुनाई, एक्चुअली म्यूट में थी सर, ईयरफोन नहीं था तो मेरे पास, अभी आई घर तो इसलिए आपको पूछी सर, मैं हिंदी मीडियम हूँ बोल के मैसेज की थी सर।
ओहो, हिंदी मीडियम, इंग्लिश में थोड़ा दिक्कत होता है नहीं?
ये सर।
अच्छा, ये भी प्रॉब्लम है तो बोल देना चाहिए था पहले से, सो दैट।
सर अभी रूम पहुंचे तो इसलिए बोल रही।
अच्छा ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं है। हिंदी में
हाँ जी
तो
सर।
आप हिंदी में लिखते ना, तो कोई बात नहीं, इसमें कोई बात नहीं, नहीं चलेगा।
हाँ ठीक है
ये,
सर।
चलेगा, कोई बात नहीं इसमें। इसमें जितने भी कोर्स हमने पढ़ा है, इसमें सब
जी सर।
हिंदी मीडियम भी अवेलेबल है, ठीक है।
ठीक है सर।
बाकी
ठीक है सर।
आप इंग्लिश अगर नहीं बोल सकते हो, नहीं लिख सकते हो, कोई बात नहीं, मैं आप हिंदी इंग्लिश से समझ के आप हिंदी में लिख सकते हो, ठीक है।
ठीक है
लिख
सर।
सकते, क्योंकि ये जो चैप्टर है, यूरोपियन का चैप्टर है, राइज ऑफ मॉडर्न वेस्ट है, इसमें
जी सर।
हिंदी में थोड़ा दिक्कत होता है पढ़ाने के लिए,
ठीक है सर।
थोड़ा थोड़ा सा दिक्कत होता है, ज्यादा नहीं है। फिर से
ओके
इजी
सर।
हो जाता है इंग्लिश में पढ़ाने के लिए, ठीक है।
ठीक है सर।
बाकी बाकी रह गया, इसमें हिंदी का किताब है इसमें, मुझे पता नहीं है हिंदी की किताब है कि नहीं, मुझे पता
सर
नहीं है।
एक्चुअली मैं हिंदी मीडियम ली हूँ सर।
हिंदी मीडियम हो ना?
यस सर।
हाँ, नहीं नहीं, हिंदी का किताब तो है तो आपके पास ना?
हाँ सर।
हो जाए, कोई बात नहीं, इसमें इसमें हो जाएगा।
ओके सर।
आपका ये जो
ओके सर।
इंग्लिश में समझिए, उसके हिंदी में ट्रांसलेट करके लिख
ट्रांसलेट की।
लीजिए,
ओके सर।
ठीक है। इसे तरफ से
ओके
अगर
सर।
कोई प्रॉब्लम होगा तो इसमें बुजस क्लासेस में, सारे बुजस क्लासेस कौन है, आर्ट विजुअल कौन
ओके
है,
सर।
ये सब
ओके
बुझने के
सर।
लिए मैं भी होता है, ठीक है।
ओके सर। ओके
ओके,
सर।
धन्यवाद धन्यवाद। एनीबॉडी एल्स? एनीबॉडी? आई थिंक समवन लेफ्ट, आई थिंक। These are the courses we have already covered in the Unit 5, and this is the rise of modern West. The rise of modern West means the particular the European country the history. It is the 7th century history. 7th century history. What was the crisis in the times? How they overcome the crisis? What are the crises? Definitely, categorically, I have already mentioned. That means that economic crisis, social crisis, demographic crisis, segregation crisis, and tectonic, that ecological crisis over there, and they overcome it. Then they come to the philosophers, the role of a philosopher, intellectuals, how they came and over speech of some people who has become the society changed. Then then we come to the rationalism, mercantilism, expandence of the empire. How do they expand want to expand the empire? What is the reason behind it? The reason was the simple, to exploit, to get money from the other country to keep power in their own country. That was their intention behind it, everything. Then the houses, what are the problems and they faced, and the new system emerged, the banking system, insurance system, stock exchange, and the loan system. These are the systems that came in their mind. And their artistic view also shown in that cultures, that art and architectures. This make a sub all the things they have showed in their society in a very nice manner, so that everybody could listen, everybody could like a picture shows everything. If you write in one pages, that will be the one pages. But if you see the one picture, then you can write more than your expectation, because the pictures had not written nothing, but you could write more than 5 to 6 pages or 7 pages. There is artistic view, culture, sculpture, painting, music, how they are lovable with the music, classical music. There is modern music. What is the music difference? And they find out the some of the diseases would overcome by listening to the music. There was the invention of the people. Then come literature. many books, journals, papers, articles, printing materials emerged. Then more importantly, they they want to everything in what everything in experimental methods based on a regime. Disbelief no disbelief. Skepticism. Skepticism has no place in that place. Everything should have based on their regime. In this way, the culture and the rise of the modern West and became this is one of the major topic in our course of studies. Anything you do have any problem regarding that this topic, you could ask freely anything in either Hindi, in Odia, or in English. Not an issue. Please raise your hands or please put your chat box and anything in writing so that I will know that your problem and definitely I will try my best to reach you in your expectation. Anything anybody wants to know? Then next day after tomorrow we'll class that will start from I think English revelation. So today we'll I think start, but some of them left because major people should be in that class. English, what is the English revelation? How English we can English people. The English means the people of English. English is English language. The English means particularly the sense of that it is referred to the Britain people, England people of England, the English revolution, and how the English revolution caused to the revolution of the glorious revolution 1648. What was the regime behind it? The glorious revolution broke up, and this is one of the glorious revolution was that there is no bloodshed were there. You cannot find anything with murder. You may say that it is civil war, glorious revolution. The revolution take place in England in 1648. And it is, before that, there is English revolution there. Many thoughts, many English thinkers, many people came forward to write and shows their protest even through his writings and articles. In the next chapter, we'll discuss everything in that English revolution, the glorious revolution, and other topics left behind. And 6 to 9, then we will have a healthy discussion on that topic. If anybody anything wants to know anything in that topics, rise of modern history, you could ask me that question. Anybody? If you will not respond, I think I should wind up. Okay. I guess nobody is there. Okay.